recording this second
Okay.
session, just so everyone's aware. And we are here to talk about AP or not AP. I'm Libby Wissing. I graduated from DSHA in 2010 and came back to teach here in 2014. I've been teaching AP statistics all 7 years I've been here, and this year AP calculus as well. To start, I'm just going to give a little intro to what AP is. AP stands for Advanced Placement. They are courses designated by the College Board. They are covering an introductory course of that subject in college. And the curriculum is set ahead of time and very rigorous so that each teacher across the country who is teaching this course, that it's consistent from one state to the next. At the end of the course in May, students can take an exam. Oh, okay, hold on. I'm in my classroom and the lights are motion censored. The lights are motion censored, so I have to run around waving my arms. Students take an exam in May, and the exam is scored on a scale of 1 to 5, and some of those scores can be accepted through colleges and universities as credit. I say some of those scores because the score a student gets on her exam does not necessarily guarantee credit. It is all dependent on the school. Some schools will accept a 5, some will accept only a 5, some scores will accept a 5 or a 4. Other schools won't accept any credit, even if you got a perfect score. So although your daughter is only a sophomore and shouldn't necessarily be thinking about college, if she does have an inkling of where she's interested in going, it would be very beneficial to reach out to that school and ask, what scores would you accept for this AP course? Other benefits to taking AP besides the potential for college credit would be that your daughter would be experiencing the rigor of a college course. AP is often going to move at a faster pace than a regular course will be. They will have more work outside of class. They might have to be reading more every night or doing something on their own, teaching themselves more independently. It will help them practice asking questions and learning to really communicate what you know and do not know. One of the things I mentioned in the earlier session was that in both AP statistics and AP calculus, my students are often shocked to find out that they have to write paragraphs for some of their answers. And they think writing in a math course, why? But it's all about, are you able to communicate your reasoning and your answers effectively? And so all of these things are super beneficial skills for your daughters to learn early on. I've mentioned briefly AP statistics as one of the courses I teach in the specialized studies department. We also offer AP computer science in the specialized studies department. In the math department, we have 2 different AP calculus courses, but both of those are very much, you need to be in our honors trig and pre-calc sequence the year before. For AP statistics and AP computer science, pretty much anyone can take those courses. In our science department, we have AP biology, AP chemistry, AP physics, and AP environmental science. So there's a lot of options here. And now I realize I've just talked for what feels like an hour and it was maybe 4 minutes. So I'm going to let Chris speak for a little bit.
Good evening. I'm Chris Weiss from the Social Studies Department, and I am an alum from DS. And I've been teaching at DSHA for a very long time. I've been there since '81. I actually taught before that too. So, and I've taught, you name a course, and I pretty much taught it at DSHA. I teach AP European History and I teach AP Human Geography. So those are the 2 APs that I teach. We have 4 APs in the social studies department. AP government, which I would say the majority of students in AP government, we have 5 sections this year, I believe. They are sophomores. So we have a few juniors if they choose to take it. Maybe they took US history as a sophomore and now they're interested in AP government. They want that one social studies, maybe AP. We don't have a lot of seniors, but a few juniors. AP US would be the next course. I would say the majority of people in AP US are juniors coming out of AP government. There's a lot more writing in the AP US, but it's juniors and seniors in AP US history. Another junior senior AP class would be AP Human Geography. AP Human Geography is the study of how we impact the earth and how the earth and its topography, its physical features, its landscape affects us. What's interesting about this class, which I failed to mention in the last session, is that most Jesuit universities, interesting, and the UW system, they, if you get a 4 or 5 on the AP Human Geography exam, it counts as your diversity credit, because now at almost every university you have to have at least 3 credits in a diversity class. It's very interesting. But you know, the more I look at, the deeper I go into this course, we do an enormous amount of work on women around the world and their plight. And so I think they feel like this would serve as a gender studies course or a diversity course. And then there's AP European History, which is a senior level course. And so those are the AP Social Studies classes. I'll just quickly mention that we have in the English department AP Lit and AP Language. But if you want more information about those 2 English classes, I would urge you to email Mr. Walensky, the head of the English department, or Mr. Nuri, who teaches the AP Language.
So you might be thinking, we just listed off a bunch of AP courses. Which one should I take? How many should I take? You might be wondering all these things. And I think the answer to both of those questions of which ones should I take, how many should I take, is what are you interested in? What are your daughters interested in? Because as we mentioned, these courses are more challenging than their non-AP counterparts. And so a student who doesn't love history probably shouldn't choose to go do AP Human Geography. And similarly, if they don't love math, maybe don't take AP Stats, and that is okay. I will feel a little offended, but not that much. And so the question is really, what is your daughter excited about? Or even if she's not sure what she's excited about, if she goes and talks to any of the AP teachers, we can help her kind of ask questions and see what might be a good fit for your daughter. In terms of how many APs she could take, she could sign up for 4 or 5. I would not suggest that. She could. It is not illegal, but APs are going to be a harder course. And so that is another thing that your daughter has to kind of figure out how to balance with her schedule next year, taking into consideration extracurriculars, whether or not she has a job, if she's going to be in a musical or a sport, and then add on a class that might be expecting more time outside of our physical school day to kind of complete coursework. So generally, I would say 1 or 2 AP classes is reasonable, is normal, and kind of a good idea. The other question I had thought of, and I mentioned, your daughter can and should talk to any teacher who teaches these APs. If you might be thinking, but I don't know what teacher teaches these courses. We don't have a nice list, but most teachers in the building know who teaches AP whatever. So whoever your daughter feels comfortable with, have her go and ask, hey, do you know who teaches this course? And that teacher will either know right away or be really able to find out very easily for your daughter, or she could talk to her counselor as well.
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm trying to think of what other things I needed to say, but I will pause and just ask, are there any initial questions or thoughts right now?
I have a quick question. I haven't had this before, but it sounds like taking the AP exam is almost a choice for each student. I was at a previous school with another child, and it was like, if you're going to take an AP course and you're taking the exam in May and you're paying the $91 or whatever it is. But it does sound like it's more of an option at DSHA. Is that a fair statement?
That is absolutely a fair statement.
Okay.
Yes.
And to me, as an AP teacher, I think if the girl wants to try for college credit, great, take the exam. I'm going to prepare you for that exam. But at the end of the year, if she's not, doesn't feel like she's going to perform well, or just thinks, I just wanted to take this course because I'm interested in it, I would never look down on a student who decides not to take the exam.
Absolutely.
I'm going to prepare them to take that exam because that's what I'm supposed to do. But I don't think the exam is the reason that your daughter should take the course. I think she
Okay.
should take it because she's excited about this material.
And will it show up differently on the transcript?
No.
Whether, okay, because then they have
No.
to submit their AP grades separately, right?
Correct.
Because you download them or you have them shipped from whatever it is, college.
Right.
whatever it is.
What I've said to students, if you don't want to write on AP, if you don't want a school to know you're, if you're worried about what grade you're going to get on the AP exam, don't send it to a school and do that in July after you get your grades.
Right.
So
right.
no, a university does not decide whether you are going to get into that university because you've taken the exam. It's that you've taken the course.
Right. So it would
That's what
show,
they're deciding on, because you do not get those scores back until mid-July at the earliest.
right. So your transcript would show that at DSHA you took the AP course.
Correct.
And then if you chose to share that grade for recognition that you did well and potentially for college credits, which again, not all colleges accept every AP course, then you choose separately to submit it from the appropriate website.
Yep, that's
Perfect.
exactly correct.
Oh, good. Thank you.
So since they have to take US history, and if they didn't take it their sophomore years, they have to automatically take the AP?
No, you can, as a junior, you can take US history if you want to. It isn't automatic that now you're boxed in to only taking the AP US. So let's say you're a sophomore and you come out of AP government and you're like, my junior year, I have this going on, I'm in the play, I'm in field hockey, I have, I'm in Angel Airs or whatever. And you just say to yourself, look, I've got to have a work-life balance. I have to take US history. I'm going to take US history. I'm not going to take AP US because I know I cannot put the time in necessary to do well in that class. There is nothing wrong with that. There are juniors in US history. So it's really your choice as
And would you suggest then, because I know my son is taking AP Human Geography and he loves it. Would you suggest then that she take it her junior year, the history one? And then if she wants to take an AP Human Geography or some other one, she wait till senior year? 'Cause you don't want to wait till
Absolutely.
yeah.
You can do that, right? Because AP Human Geography is junior or senior year.
Okay.
This year, for whatever reason, I have mostly seniors, which, other years I had more juniors, but this year I have more seniors. It's interesting. Junior year, I would say maybe more juniors are starting to take AP US, I don't know, or something else. And then they take AP Human Geography this year as a senior. So it also too, it depends on their schedule or how you look at and program that schedule. Do you know what I'm saying? As they do their 4-year plan.
Yeah. So just
It doesn't always work out.
because I know when we went to Marquette last year to hear about it, I felt like they kind of said, because my son took AP history and it was like they were pushing to get through it all because they wanted to prepare them. Is that kind of what you feel like for the AP tests? I mean, classes, because you have to push them through to get them prepared? And is it, so it's like, is not just a faster, but it's like, I don't know, I taught history in middle school and it was like, it wasn't fun to see how they were just pushing through because there was so much information. And I understand that they have to teach it for the test too.
Right, I think, and that's, I guess if you want to say, is there a difference between dual credit and AP and social studies? I have more flexibility with Cardinal Stretch, teaching US foreign policy, but in AP, and I've been at this for a long time, you have a very set curriculum. And I feel, and I own this, I personally feel responsible to get those students ready for, it's May 4th this year. And I have a responsibility to teach that material and the skill sets that they need in order to do those essays and document-based questions.
Right.
That's my job. That being said, it is an inordinate amount of work that you have to do. You have to pace the material, but I've been at this a long time. Most of our AP teachers, Libby, me, Tom Montgomery, Patrick Dawson, we've been at this. We're veterans at this. And so we know how to pace that material. I think when you're, in your first or second, third year of teaching something, AP, maybe you just don't have that rhythm down. And then all of a sudden you've got, 4 units left at the end of the year. But I think at DSHA, I would say that the teachers have been at it a long time who are teaching AP, and they certainly have a rhythm that they're in, and have put together a curriculum so that it is not rushed at the end where we're just trying to, I am not a person who believes in the adage of, well, I taught it because I mentioned it. That's not how I want to teach it. So we really pace ourselves to make sure that there's depth, but also that when they take that test, they're prepared for the test.
Okay.
And I'm not going to say that's easy sometimes. Last spring was tough for all of us. It was just jarring all of a sudden in March.
Yeah.
And we had to, change and adjust and new learning curve. And so I would say though that this year, we're working steady and hard and we'll get there, but I don't feel anxious or stressed right now in terms of, I'm right on pace where I should be. And that always feels good. And I think we all do those markers as AP teachers, really making sure that we're at a pace that is reasonable and where we don't put undue stress on our students.
We have a question in the chat. Do fees get posted to the student's account for the AP test? And will we know in advance if they are signing up or not signing up for the AP tests? So I will say this year is a little different because of COVID. I know that the College Board is a little bit more flexible this year about a student who decides late in the game they are not going to take the AP exam. And so I don't know offhand the timing because it seems like it's been 4 years since we had a normal school year. But yes, you and your daughter have the ability to change her sign up in your College Board account for the course you are taking about whether or not they're picking their exams. They, at the beginning of the school year, your daughters will get a code that's for their class, and they go in and make an account and then check a box. Yes, I'm going to take the exam, or no, I'm not going to take the exam. And then generally DSHA, and I say generally because this has happened pre-COVID, we would do another double check at the end of the year, who is taking the exam, who is not taking the exam. So there, you could decide partially through the year, you don't want to take it or you do want to take it.
And I believe there's no penalty this year with AP.
Correct.
Yeah, there's no penalty involved.
Any other last minute questions? Because I know we're getting close to the end of this session.
And does the fee get posted to my DSHA or is it separately through College Boards?
That would be through College Board.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I have one more question. So is the dual credit ones, are those considered like more regular pace, or is that a little bit in between the regular and AP?
It is college level, not college prep. And I also teach the dual credit. I've been teaching dual credit for a long time. It is transferable credit. We are associated with Cardinal Stretch. I had to go through, handing in my vita, and I have to be able to, I have to have a master's degree in the subject that I'm teaching, just like if I were adjunct faculty. The course is approved by Cardinal Stretch, and they're watchdogs, trust me, making sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And so, yes, you have that. You have a course laid out for you, but it certainly is, if I can talk to my counterpart at Cardinal Stretch, and like last year, we're not going to get through everything in this last unit. Oh, that's okay. AP, that's not okay.
Yeah.
So you have that little bit of more flexibility as if you're a professor.
Yeah.
Or, for example, if there's a crisis, I teach US foreign policy. If there's a crisis, I can stop. I can work on that and do the historical context of what's going on. Or that it gets a little more difficult sometimes in AP to do that.
If I'm not going to Cardinal Stretch, will I have an opportunity to use those credits, do you think?
Absolutely. I have to tell you, Cardinal Stretch credits pretty much are transferable everywhere except, and I can tell you the exceptions. And these schools don't take AP either. Northwestern, U of Virginia, Georgetown.
Chris, I'm going to interrupt you for a second. I think we only have about 30 seconds left in this room. So I just don't want you to be cut off. But I think the question was, do you have to go to Cardinal Stretch to use the credits? No. If there are any other lingering questions, send us an email, have your daughters reach out. We would love to help and clarify anything.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you so much for coming tonight.
Thanks.
Bye.